Well, John Mark, we're in an exciting time, and I think in the church and school history. Let's talk a little bit about from the church side. I mean, how you see us moving forward, and how we have moved forward, even with some growth in the school, which we were allowed to do because we found some space and freed up some space, and we're in a good place moving forward. And the school has grown, I think, over 140 new families this year. But a healthier number for us is when you and I both arrived, we were like less than 40% of our families attended church here, and I think we realized that we just crossed 50% last year of our school families who attend church here.
Yeah, so I thank you, Don. I tell you, man, the way the school is growing, the way the school is solidifying itself as a ministry of the church is just thrilling. Like what you said, up to 50% of the school in the church and being a ministry of the church, that kind of helps us multiply the effect and impact of the church. And we really believe in Concord Christian School. That's why we've done this for over 25 years now.
Right.
And so I think it's important just for us to recognize, man, the last few years, God has done an incredible work, whether that's providing financially for the school and getting us on a stable financial footing, whether that's bringing new families to the school or expanding opportunities of the school. Man, God's been at work, and a lot of that's been through you and your team. So, man, I want to thank you for the way you lead so faithfully in so many different ways, day in and day out. And man, the leadership team that God's entrusted to us, it's fun to watch it happen. I miss it when school's not in session. We started together in 2018,
right.
And in 2020, we kind of wrestled down those three priorities if we were going to really kind of do this thing together. What does it look like? And we talked about leadership, we talked about culture, and we talked about facilities.
Right.
Obviously, we continue to work to grow our leadership.
Yeah.
We kind of are every day working through issues so that we can do this better together. Culture, I think, has come light years with the addition of Jamie DeWalt, our CCS pastor, Jay Graham, student life office there, the spiritual and student life office.
Holly now.
And Holly Zachary in there as well. I mean, the culture is really beginning to take root of a spiritual first place, right? We're going to care for families. We're going to care for children. We're going to care for teenagers. We're going to educate them. We're going to grow them in the Lord, and we're going to produce, we pray, leaders who can really make a difference in our community. We want to be excellent in academics and athletics and the arts. But if we do that void of investing in them spiritually, we've kind of just become like everybody else.
Right.
And so the Concord distinction, I think, is that spiritually grounded, spiritually alive place that they get to come every single day. So whether it's, engaging our parents in praying, whether that's prayer walk in our classrooms, whether that's creating a culture of service through the many missions opportunities that are now coming out of that office, or whether it's, chapels and being more intentional. And how many kids do we see baptized? We saw
that's right.
A lot of kids.
Almost 50 last year.
Almost 50 kids get baptized in chapel. Right. Come on, man. Like that's exciting because it's all coming together for them.
One of the other areas was facilities.
Yeah.
And, if you walk down our hallway, you come back tomorrow, it may look different.
Yeah.
I mean, we're constantly kind of this big cog that's moving constantly.
Right.
But we do have some exciting things going on in the area of facilities.
For sure. We're able to work better together than we were in the past.
Right.
And so this summer, while everybody's been gone, our ops team completed over 20 projects. Right. That were specifically helping church and school accomplish their mission. Right. And we're now ready to really move forward. A couple years ago, the church approved a master plan that provided for growth for the church and the school. And the first step in the master plan was the renovation of the worship center and the gathering space. And so we've been in the worship center now for a year, and the commitments are finishing. So folks have made financial commitments to pay for the worship center and gathering space renovation. And in October, those are completed, and we'll have paid off that project in full. Right. And so we are ready to move to the next project, which is the addition of a second floor on top of what is currently the preschool. So that's 25,000 square feet of classroom space.
31 classrooms.
31 classrooms. And we're ready to move forward with that. Now, there are still some processes to go, but it has been approved from the town perspective. So we have town of Farragut approval to build that addition. We've been raising money behind the scenes, and school families have committed $1.5 million to the project already. And that's even before we go public. And so our plan is sometime around the fall break, right after fall break, to go public, where all of the school families will have the opportunity to participate in helping us see that new addition come to reality.
Right.
And so we want to split this project 50-50 between the church and the school, where the school raises 50% and the church raises the other 50%, because it will be another facility that will be prioritized for school,
Right.
where so many of our facilities are prioritized church. This new addition will be prioritized school, but the church will get to use it. And it really allows us to begin to manage our facility space. There'll be shared spaces that everybody uses. There'll be prioritized spaces that, the school will get first priority here, or the church will get first priority in other places. And then there'll be exclusive spaces like the science labs.
Right. Art lab.
The art classroom. Like when we put Bible study groups in the science labs, I'm just nervous somebody's going to blow something up, So, so we're going to make those exclusive spaces, and that will allow on the church side for there to be more use of the facility throughout the week, which is something the church is yearning for, to where they can have more Bible studies throughout the week during the day. And there's a way we can do it with this new addition that we take care of all of our security concerns, take care of all of the things we need to take care of, and carve out some places for the church to have some meetings, have some classes, do some things during the week. So I think it's a great plan. Now we just need to beg the Lord for His people to fund it.
Right. Well, I think they're ready for it. I mean, we've been in a kind of a holding phase for even before you and I arrived about what's the next step look like for the school.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think the temperature of our families is good.
Yeah.
Now's the time. And so just this year, our middle school grew 30%. From the 160 number. I think there's 213 up there today. They're everywhere, by the way. They're just not up there. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They are.
But so this is one thing this new building will help us do.
Yeah, I think the time's now in the school. I think the time's now in the church. We only have 5 available adult Bible study classrooms on Sunday morning.
Right.
On the whole campus. So I think it's important for us to realize, man, time is now in the school. Time is now for the church. So it means we can work together on this.
Right.
So where we are done is we've commissioned the drawings of the steel, and that's like a 2-month process.
Right.
And so when that is complete, we do anticipate being able to order the steel, which will put it here end of May, and then it'll be about a year build, and there's lots of details that have to be crossed off in those times, but about a year build. So we're hoping that we could go in that building, for the fall of 2024.
Yeah, we're planning like 5 different calendars.
Right.
We're not quite sure which one we're going to put in, but we'll have a calendar that meets the build.
Yeah, that's right. And so, man, it could be here. And then, honestly, while that feels like a long time, when you start putting steel up and start feeling it come, it will feel like, man, here it comes.
Right.
So, so I think we're right there, and we're excited about it. We've also got some plans that we're working with the town of Farragut on about developing fields in the back and kind of how we help our athletics continue to develop. I hope our families understand, we are committed to being strong academically.
Right.
We're committed to being strong in the arts. We're committed to being strong athletically, and we got to see these things move together. And so we're lagging behind in some athletic facilities, and I hope we can get that solved sooner rather than later. So as soon as we can get town approval on some plans, we're ready to bring those to folks too, and see if God might even provide in that manner.